guys, how's it going? It's Miller. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I would do if I was just starting out in GTA today. Some of you may be pressed for time or just plain don't want to watch a long video. So for you guys, I put links in the description below. They'll allow you to skip around to different subjects within the video. And also there's one called Just the Facts, man. And that one takes you to the end of the video where I give an overall plan of attack of what I'm suggesting. I made a character on a friend's account so I could start out at level 1, make sure everything I was going to tell you was legit. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between that character and my own. So whether you've been playing for years or whether you're just starting out in the game, maybe you're broke, you can never get enough money to get things you want, whatever the case may be, you're going to learn something from this video. No matter who you are, you're going to learn a couple things. So put your feet up, grab a beer, and let's get it rolling. Alright, the first thing I want to talk about here is guns. For your assault rifle, this is the first gun I would get if you don't already have it. The special carbine is just as good, so you could use that if you already have it. Don't buy the bullpup, but if you don't have the special carbine, buy the bullpup and get those accessories I have shown there. Next is the marksman rifle. I would get this next. It is a decent sniper rifle. It's not super long range, but you'll be using this the whole time you play the game, I guarantee it, so you'll get a lot of use out of it. It's definitely a good buy, so pick this one up. These weapons are all levelless, so you'll be able to buy them at any level. I'm level 7, so I'm going to buy the heavy shotgun. But if you're closer to level 37 or above, you don't want to buy this one. You want to buy the assault shotgun. That's the best shotgun in the game, but if you're really low level, you might as well pick this up for now and then come back later and get the assault shotgun. This is the best shotgun in the game. That's the one you should end up with. Okay, here's the homing launcher. This thing is really useful, but you do want to kind of make sure you're not wasting your ammo because it's 1,500 bucks a shot, so use it cautiously.
This is where I...
Okay, here I went and bought a bulletproof helmet. Bulletproof helmets stop the first 2 bullets that hit your head, and then you die on the 3rd one, which is pretty cool. It actually keeps you alive a little longer, so I wanted to get one. But I would not use this one. I found out the hard way with this crappy one because every time I got out of a car or a plane, it would take it off, and I'd have to go back into my style and put it back on, and it just got super annoying. So I will show you some different ones to get. This is the heist armor here, and I wanted to show you what's up with that. So this works. These 2 vests right here will work in the original heist. So they do not work in the Doomsday heist, and they have no effect on you in free roam. But they, in a heist, they will make it to where you take way less damage. You will run a little slower, but in my opinion, it's worth it if you're like a new player and stuff, because you don't want to be the guy who's dying all the time. And they do keep you alive really nicely. So you want to make sure and save it as an outfit so you can access it in the heist. The only catch is if the guy who's running the heist does not set it for player saved outfits, you can't use it. Okay, so you got to tell him to set it for player saved outfits. Alright, so we're going to look at some different bulletproof helmets, and I kind of wanted to show you real quick. The ones with the plastic shield like these right here, they're good. You can pick one of these if you want instead of the one I had. These with the face shield like that do not work. They don't stop anything. They're just like you're not even wearing a helmet. So don't waste your money on those. They must have screwed up when they put those in the game somehow. Alright, these are the flight helmets. They'll also work just like any bulletproof helmet will. Pick any of those. These are the combat helmets. These are fairly expensive. They do have some other features I'm not going to go into, but they are very expensive, so you might want to hold off on spending your money on this for now. These are the biker helmets. They are only half as effective, so I personally wouldn't use them. They only stop 1 bullet instead of 2. So yeah, don't really waste your money on those. Alright, so we're all geared up and we're going to start doing some missions here. We're going to do peer pressure, and there's a reason we're doing this particular mission. We'll get into that here in a minute. It's a Gerald mission. It opens at rank 6, so everyone should have it. If you don't have it, you can call Gerald and request it. Alright, so these missions all of them are rigged. You got to spend 15 minutes in the mission to get the maximum payout, so the better and faster you are, the worse you get paid, which is stupid. So what I do is I combine other things in the mission, so I'm getting other things done while I'm kind of waiting for that 15 minutes to run out. Alright, so that's what we're going to do here, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so when you get over here, you're going to get up against this wall and just start killing people, but do not use explosives because you will blow up the meth and you will waste your time. So don't use explosives. Alright, just stay over here, watch your health, use snacks if you have to, whatever you got to do to keep yourself going. And you can die, even if it's on hard, you can die 1 time, so if you do, it's not going to ruin it. Alright, once you got the Last couple guys cleaned up, you grab the meth, and now you can go back right now and deliver it. But we've only been in here about 5 minutes, so we're not going to get that much money. So what we want to do is wait another 10 minutes. So while we're waiting, we're going to build up our strength. Alright, there's a few ways you can build strength in this game, but I think beating people up is probably the easiest one, so that's what we're going to do. So just so you guys know where I'm starting from, I'm rank 7, I have 2 full bars of strength, alright? So you can watch me progress through this and you know I'm not BSing. Alright, so just going to beat these guys up, I'm watching the clock, wait until I've been in this mission 15 minutes, and then I'm going to go turn the meth in. One nice thing about doing this in this mission is that there's all these people right here, and also there's no cops. So get it done a lot quicker that way. Alright, so we waited 15 minutes and we're going back to get our payout. So if you didn't have all the weapons I had suggested earlier in the video, you can use this money to go pick them up, you know, and get all that squared away while you're gaining your strength, getting more RP, getting more money, you know. Just keep on repeating the process until you get to 100 strength. So when you do get done with this process and you have your 100 strength, you are going to want to go back to ammunition and buy yourself something you can shoot from a car, like an SMG, a machine pistol. The AP pistol I think is the best, but you just don't want to use a single shot pistol. You want to get something better than that, because later missions you're going to have to shoot people from cars and it's a pain. So there's my 100 strength. Let's check it out. And there it is. All my bars of strength are full now. And that only took me 7 missions. So for those who don't know, I want to show how to do a playlist. So if you do a playlist and you go to create one, and then you go down to missions and try and add a mission that you want to do, it's going to give you nothing but adversary modes. So you have to have done the mission one time. Just start it up, do it once, and then you can go in here and go to add recently played job and pick the mission you want to do. You can add more than one mission also if you want to. And this way, you will not need to go back into a free roam session, go back into jobs, go to missions. You won't have to do any of that. You'll just be able to restart your mission over and over and never have to transition out. Saves you a lot of time and you can make a lot more money a lot faster. Once your playlist is created, you just start it up, play the job one time, and then you'll have to vote at the end, and then you'll be given the option to restart. That means you do not have to go to the ground anymore, so that's how you do it. Alright, so now you have 100 strength and you know how to make a playlist. So what I would do is just start trying out different missions, find out which ones you like to do, which ones are easiest for you, and which ones pay the best, and just make up your own decision of what you want to put into a playlist. Put 4 or 5 of them in there to keep it mixed up a little, and just start cranking that playlist out. In the gameplay, I'm showing now I made about 552,000 over about 4.5 or 5 hours, I think it was. So you can make a lot of money doing missions. We got plenty of stuff to buy, so stay out of clothing stores and don't buy any supercars. And let's get into the best high-end apartment to get. Okay, the cheapest high-end apartment is Del Perro Heights at 200,000, but I'm going to have you get this one because of its location. Alright, we're going to show you why in a minute. I always come over to the actual sign at the house to buy my apartment because I want to make sure I'm getting the right price. They're kind of mixed up in the menu sometimes, but if you come here you can see exactly what you're buying. So just buy the cheapest one, 270,000. And so that was the front entrance we were just standing at by the sign. Over here is where your garage entrance is. So if you look at this map right here, this is where we're going to be going around this block. We started a mission. We're combining 2 things again, just like we did with Pure Pressure. So you're going to go around this block, and you're going to be looking for these cars that spawn there. They're already modified, so they sell for way more than street cars. And they only spawn between 2200 and 400 hours, which is nighttime, basically. Alright, so you're just going to be looking for these cars, driving around the block, and then taking them down, sticking them in your garage. Okay, one thing, when you start the mission, you want to make sure the mission is something like Pure Pressure where there's no cops that are going to get on you. I didn't do that in this video. You'll see the cops get on me, and it became a little bit of a hassle, so you just want to make sure you pick a mission that the cops do not get on you. Okay, so there was not one up there. They spawn at the top of the hill over here, so we're just going back around the block again, and we're looking for a blue or yellow Sentinel, and you'll see what they look like here. So there's one right in front of me. I'm just going to pull in front of him so he stops, and then I'm just going to steal his car and take it and put it in my garage. Okay, so one thing I want to mention if you do, like, say you do peer pressure and you go and you get the meth, that's a mission objective now that you have on you. You have that meth on you. When you have a mission objective on you, you cannot go in your garage. So you want to make sure and do this stuff first and then complete your mission after that. Alright, so once you get outside from getting a car, you can grab any car you want. Does not matter what you're driving, though. They will always spawn anyway. I'm going a different direction this time. That doesn't matter either. So you can just, keep going around the block, either direction, whatever, and here we got a yellow one. Alright, so let's talk quickly about selling these things. You can sell one every 48 minutes. You can get as many of them as you want, and you'll never have a problem putting them in your garage or whatever. You can store however many you want, but selling them, Rockstar has a dupe detection system, and they're looking for people duping cars. I don't think you'd get caught up in that with these type of cars, but just in case, I would only sell 3 a day. Or if you want to get technical, 7 every 30 hours. If you don't go over that, there's no way you'll get caught up in their dupe detection system. So if you want to go beyond that, that's on you. I never told you to, alright? So just keep it at those numbers is what I would suggest. Right, the yellow one sells for a little less than the blue one. As you can see, the blue one's the better one to get, but either way, you're getting some good money. Alright, the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to unlock the Kuruma by doing the first heist. So just start up the first heist from that room there, and it takes about 2 hours. It only takes 2 people, and it's pretty damn easy. Alright, that blue Kuruma in the picture there is not the one you want. It's a totally different car. The black one is the armored one. That's the one you want. You can see at the top it says Kuruma Armored. That buy it now price is what will be gone once you do the first heist, and then you'll be able to buy it for the lower price, the trade price. Alright, here's the Kuruma in action. I would recommend not upgrading this. I mean, it already comes with bulletproof tires, bullet resistant glass, it's fast as hell, and you still have a lot of stuff you're going to need to buy, so don't waste money right now upgrading this thing. NPCs don't use explosives, so it's pretty much God mode anyway, and you'll be able to use this to just crank out missions, like you weren't able to do before. That's going to be a good thing, because now you're going to be able to do pretty much any mission by yourself with this car, and you're going to need the money, because the next purchase we got to make is going to be a big one, and I don't want you to get all defeated and start crying and hugging your knees in the corner or anything, but it's gonna hurt a little bit. There's going to be a lot of grinding to get to it, but I know you can do it, man. Alright, let's check out this vehicle. We're going to go to Warstock here. This is not the best vehicle for killing people. It's not the coolest vehicle in the game, but it's the most useful vehicle in the game. You'll get the most use out of this thing. You have to get this. I can't stress it enough. You have to get the Buzzard. I'm going to show you why here in a little while, how we're going to be using it, but you must get this. It's 1.75 million. I know that sucks. I know it's a lot of grinding, but you got to get it. Just rip the band-aid off, man. You got to get this. So far this has been a solo guide, and I want to keep it that way with this one exception here. This is the Biker Clubhouse, and if you have a friend you can play with consistently, you might want to get one of these. The cheapest one is 200,000, and that's the one I would get. You don't need any upgrades, you don't need an expensive one, and you do not need any biker businesses. I would stay away from the biker businesses for now. Once you have your clubhouse, you'll be able to start doing biker contracts. What makes these really cool is they're done in free roam, so no transition times, and also they can be done in an invite-only session, so no one will be bothering you. They're also not time-based, so if you do it in 4 minutes, it's the same payout as if you do it in 10. And the payouts range from 15,000 to 35,000, so that's pretty good money for quick, easy missions, and they're kind of fun too. Almost all of the biker contracts do require 2 people or more, so just keep that in mind. You just come in the room with the big table here, come to the back wall, you'll have some options on the wall to choose from. You just go through them, it refreshes after you do all 3, and you just keep cranking them out with your friend and making money. The next thing you're going to want to get is an office. I got the Maze Bank West office. It was $1 million normal price. They're almost always on sale. You don't need any upgrades for it. You don't need a garage or anything. We're just doing it to get into an office. Once we have an office, we'll be able to register as a CEO, which will give us some advantages, but also we're going to have access to the computer where we can buy a special cargo warehouse, and that's what we're going to do now. These can be purchased from the computer, so we're just going to go over here, we're going to check out some prices and locations and stuff and see what we got going on. One thing you should know is that if you only have one warehouse, you will have a timer if you come straight back to the office to do another crate mission. You will have a timer of about 3 minutes. So I would prefer, I always buy 2 at least. That way you can run the missions back to back without any timers bothering you. You just bounce back and forth from one warehouse to the other. As far as the location goes, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just go for the cheaper 2 small warehouses and you'll be good enough. The missions are always super far away from your warehouse no matter where it's located, it seems like, so I don't think the location matters too much. Just get the cheapest ones. And as you can see here, these are all on sale right now. They're always on sale, it seems like, so you should be able to catch it at a cheaper price than normal. So once we have this, pretty much all the pieces are coming together and we're going to be able to start making some good money here. So let's go over how we're going to be using the buzzard a little bit and then we'll get into the money. And let me just show you real quick here. If you have a buzzard and you want to get it through Pegasus, you just call up Pegasus and you order your buzzard, and from anywhere on the map you can order it and it'll put it somewhere on the map. Usually it's very inconveniently located and you have to drive over and pick it up. But if you have an office, you can come here to the elevator, go exit via vehicle, and then pick your buzzard and you just automatically fly away with it. It's only 500 bucks. It's a super cool thing. So now you have your Pegasus version of the buzzard that you're flying around in now. You don't need to be a CEO to use it or anything. You just exit your office and you got it. Alright, I'm going to land my Pegasus version right here so I can show you something else. So I don't need to be a CEO or anything to get that one, but the next one I'm going to show you, you do have to be a CEO. So I'm going to register as a CEO, and your friend can do this too if he's in your CEO with you. As long as you own it, you can do this, and your friend can. So you go into CEO vehicles, go down to buzzard and click on it, and then it instantly spawns real close to you. I mean, it's instant. There's no timer or anything to wait for it to show up. The only difference is the tinted windows and the fact that if you go to pick up a friend or something and he wants to get in, he has to be in your CEO to get in this version. The Pegasus version, he does not need to be in your CEO or anything. But the CEO helicopter is for CEO members only, just so you know. Okay, I just want to make sure everyone knew how those worked. Okay, so now we have the buzzard, we have the office, and we have the 2 small warehouses, and we are good to go to start making some real money here. So what I'm going to simulate first is me selling 3 of the yellow and blue Sentinels, and I'm putting 47,500 in my wallet so you can see at the end how much money I made. I don't have room to store those cars, so I had to do it that way. It only takes a minute to sell them. I don't think that's going to mess up our time frame here. I'm going to be playing for about 3 hours. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some CEO work. A lot of people do Sightseer and Headhunter, but in Sightseer, those little mini games annoy me too much. I can't stand them. So I do the transport. I prefer it. It takes like 4 minutes and you're going to get your money. So you just get in the truck, you drive up to wherever you're supposed to go, and bam, I'm going to get 22,000. Alright, so then I'm going to go back out on the street. I'm going to call for my buzzard, my CEO version. It's going to be right there. I just run over, jump in, fly back to my office, and then once I'm inside, I'm going to start up one of these special cargo missions. Okay, this might be slightly confusing because I do have 5 warehouses and they're not small ones, but I'm only going to use 2 of them and they're empty. As I'm starting out here, they're going to be empty, so you just go into your special cargo, click on that, and then I'm going to click on the warehouse map button. That's how you locate the warehouse you want to put your crates in. So I'm going to use this one and the one right below it for this whole scenario. That price is discounted. It's actually $8,000 for 2 and $18,000 for 3, and that's why I do 2. I do 2 because $10,000 for 1 more crate, it doesn't seem worth it to me. Alright, so I'm going to leave. I'm going to exit with my Pegasus version of the buzzard. In case I crash, I can just call my CEO version instantly and fly away again. Okay, so I basically just bounce back and forth between getting special cargo and doing the VIP work. When I do VIP work, I choose to do Headhunter and Transporter. You can do Sightseer. Most people do Sightseer. Like I said, I don't like it, so I just don't. I'm not super serious about the timers either, you know. I just, whatever. I just kind of, casually go back and forth between VIP work and getting crates, and, if it's not down to the second or anything, I really don't care. You can make so much money doing this, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Okay, so while the chopped up, sped up version of me playing for 3 hours is playing in the background, let's go over some numbers, how not to get rated and stuff like that. After you do 20 buy missions, you'll have a chance of getting special cargo, and what will happen is your assistant will call you and tell you that. Well, if you're like me, you hang up on everybody instantly because you're sick of all the phone calls you get in this game. So when you go back to your office, look at, and when you're going to buy your crate, look and make sure that where the single crate normally is, if it says like 20,000 or 23,000 or something like that, some big number, that means you have the option of getting that special crate, and you definitely want to do it. They sell for 95,000 to 150,000, and you can sell them separate of your other cargo. So you definitely want to get those if you see them. All right, here's one of the most important things with any business: how not to get rated. Okay, if you have 12 crates in a small warehouse or less, you will not get rated. 30 crates or less in a medium warehouse, you will not get rated, and 78 crates or less in a large warehouse, and you will not get rated. So if you get to these numbers, you need to do a sell mission. Don't keep chancing it, because if you do get rated, you could lose all your work. So don't let that happen. Okay, so the crates become worth more the more you sell at the same time. So if you sell 2 crates at the same time, you'll get 11,000 each. If you sell 12 crates at the same time, 14,500 each. If you sell 77 crates, you get 18,500 each. So at some point later on, you're going to want to probably invest in a couple of large warehouses. That way you're going to get more per crate when you go to sell them. I'm obviously doing all this by myself because I want to show you numbers you can achieve on your own, but if you have a friend who can help you, you can maximize your profit quite a bit. When you're doing 2 crates at a time, sometimes you'll have something you have to take back to your warehouse, and you got to go back and get the second one. But if you have a friend with you, he's already got the second one, so you don't have to go back, which saves you a ton of time. You can do more missions, more crates. Also, he's going to be making money off all the VIP work, and he's going to be getting the RP every time you deliver crates, so he's going to stay happy. Also, he doesn't need to go into your office, so he can fly around in the CEO version of your Buzzard. He doesn't even need to own it, and you can use the Pegasus version you're getting for $500 out of your office. So you both can have Buzzards. When you're doing Headhunter, I mean, you're going to each take 2 targets, bam, done. I mean, everything goes really fast, and you can seriously maximize your money if you have a friend with you, and he'll make money too. Okay, so we're getting close to being able to sell here. It's getting close to 3 hours. So I did 12 crate missions. I got 2 crates each time, and that cost me $8,000 each time. I also left with the Buzzard. That cost me $500 each time. So if you add all that together, my total cost to get those crates was $102,000. So we'll have to subtract that off the total amount I get at the end to get our net profit from the missions. Alright, this is about the 2 hour and 40-minute mark of the video here. I'm going to go sell one of my crate warehouses. So one thing to note here, you will get a bonus of 1% added on to whatever you're going to get for your crates per person who's in the lobby with you. That's not in your CEO. But the catch is, if they blow up your truck or whatever, your plane or whatever, you lose everything. So to me, it's not worth it. I personally would go into a solo public lobby. Everyone on YouTube and their brother has done a video about it, so I'm not going to bother. Just search up solo public lobby and you'll find your platform, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever, and you'll be able to figure out how to do that. So here I'm delivering the first truck, then I'm going to go back, I'm going to get the other truck, deliver that one, and we'll see what I get. And some missions like this one give you a delivery bonus. It just, depends on the mission. But anyway, there's my pay, $182,000. That's pretty good. And now I'm going to go back and I'm going to go to my other warehouse and sell. So one thing I want to talk about real quick, when you're doing sell missions, if you get a plane, or anything really for that matter, and you know you're not going to make it in time, let's say, or you're going to blow up, maybe your plane's smoking real bad and you're not sure if you're going to make it to the last drop, man, close your application, because if you die, even if you've done 9 out of 10 drops in a plane, let's say, and you blow up before you do your last one, you lose everything. So close your application if you know you're not going to make it, or if someone's, maybe you're doing it in a public lobby and someone's right on your ass and you know they're going to kill you, just close your application. You'll lose 3 crates and everything else will still be there, and you can restart your mission and try it again. It's a lot better than losing everything. Alright, so I do one last headhunter here. We got a few minutes to spare, and then we are going to be getting our grand total here. 683,000. So after you take out the 102,000 I spent on the crates and helicopters, you're left with $581,000 profit, and that's pretty damn good. If you do that 4 or 5 times a week, maybe a couple longer sessions on the weekends, I mean, just think how much money you're going to have. You're going to be able to go get all that fun stuff you've been wanting to get, the cars, the whatever stuff you want. Alright, and then your next investment, once you get that out of your system, I would say, is going to be a bunker. And in the very beginning of this 3-hour period, I would just went into my bunker and I bought supplies, and then I started running all the crates and the VIP work. Now I'm coming back. Okay, it takes 10 minutes for your supplies to show up and 2 hours and 20 minutes for them to be all used up and to give you your value, which is 140,000. Okay, the cool thing about doing it this way is when you go to sell them, you're only going to have one delivery vehicle. So you just buy your supplies, don't have to do anything else. You come back 2.5 hours later and you got your money. You get one delivery vehicle, and this is it right here. And all I got to do is just drive to a location. And this is another scenario where you're going to want to do it in a solo public lobby. That way you don't have to worry about losing anything. But yeah, you just drive it down and get your money. So minus the 75,000 I spent on the supplies themselves, I'm left with $135,000 profit, and all I really had to do was buy supplies, come back later and drive that truck down here. I mean, you can't beat that. That's easy money. If you add what I just got from the bunker to what we got earlier from doing crates and VIP work, that's 716,000 that I made just in less than 3 hours. So you can see, once you get to this point in the game, you're going to be set. You're going to be making good money. Longer days on the weekends, you could double that, right? So this is the setup I would get first. If you want to get biker businesses, if you want to get a nightclub, whatever, that's fine, but I would get this first. This is the best base you can have. The only thing I would suggest getting to add to this is vehicle cargo. You can buy the warehouse to store the cars right from your computer where you bought your crate warehouses from. The cheapest one is 1.5 million, and what you want to do is steal cars and let all your low-end and mid-range cars stack up in there. Never sell them. Only sell the high-end cars, and eventually you will only get high-end cars when you do a source mission. The high-end cars sell for 80,000 profit, and you can sell one every 20 minutes. So you can kind of combine it with your VIP work and crate work there that you're doing, and just go and sell a car and then come back 20 minutes later and sell another one, and just, you know, really add to your money you're making per hour. Alright, well, that's about all the info I had for you on this. I'm going to do a recap right now for the people who didn't want to watch the entire video. So if you don't continue, that's fine. But please like and subscribe if it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, so this is going to be assuming you don't have any of the things that I'm suggesting you get. Step 1, do a bunch of missions to get a bunch of money so you can buy your first high-end apartment. Step 2 is buying Tinsel Towers Apartments. It's a high-end apartment to allow you to do heists from, and also we're going to be putting certain cars in here, and its location and price make it the best one for that. Step 3 is going to be to fill our Tinsel Tower garage with a bunch of these modified cars. They're already modified. We're just going to sell them one every 48 minutes. They sell for about 15 to 17,000 each. Step 4 is to do the Fleeca job for the money and also to unlock the cheaper price on the Kuruma. Step 5 is to buy the Kuruma, and it'll make missions a lot easier, and that way you can make money faster. Step 6 is to just crank out missions or whatever until you can get enough money to buy the Buzzard. The Buzzard's probably the most useful vehicle in the entire game, and you have to have it. I don't know why anyone wouldn't, especially when it comes to making money. Step number 7 is to buy an office. This will give us access to all the CEO features, as well as giving us the opportunity to buy the businesses that go with it. Do not upgrade this thing, just buy Maze Bank West. It's the cheapest one. Step number 8 is we're going to buy 2 small cargo warehouses for special cargo. You can buy those from your office computer, and we're just going to get the 2 cheapest ones. Location doesn't matter a hell of a lot. Step number 9 is we're going to start trying to make some money here using our crate business along with VIP work. So we're just going to kind of bounce back and forth. I try to do as much of the VIP work as I can and just fill in the timers with doing crates. If you have a friend with you, everything goes faster and better, and you'll make even more money. I only do 2 crates at a time because one extra crate doesn't seem worth it for 10,000, but it's up to you if you want to do more. And then as for VIP work, I usually always do Headhunter, and then whichever other ones you like to do, you can fit those in as well. And we're going to be saving all of our money for our next purchase. Okay, step 10, buy a bunker. Don't buy the one in Paleto Bay, the one all the way up north, the cheapest one. Do not buy that one. It's a horrible location, but any other ones will work. Save up a little extra money and get a different one. Alright, so then when you get it, you must buy the upgrades from the upgrades tab from this computer screen. I'm not talking about the gun range or painting the walls different colors. I'm talking about the 3 upgrades for security and your manufacturing abilities. Those are the ones you need to do, or this thing isn't even worth it. I wouldn't even try using it until you have those done. What I do is I buy my supplies, and then that takes 10 minutes for them to show up, 2 hours and 20 minutes to use them up, and then I come back and just sell. And when you do it that way with such a low amount of value, you only get 1 delivery vehicle, and you're going to get 210,000 for delivering this, minus the 75,000 you paid for the supplies. That leaves you with 135,000, which is some damn good money for basically doing maybe 5 minutes worth of work. Alright, so you combine that, like you do that, buy your supplies, then go do your VIP and crate work, then come back at the end and sell, and then buy supplies again, and repeat. Step 11 is a vehicle cargo warehouse. Cheapest one is 1.5 million, and that location will work just fine. When you sell a high-end car, top-range car, you could get 80,000 profit from it. What you want to do is steal cars and never sell the low or mid-range cars, and eventually you won't get them anymore. You'll get nothing but high-end cars. That's the way to do it. Alright, man, well, that's the recap. That's just the facts right there for you. No details, no BS involved in it. If anything didn't make sense or you have questions, I suggest going back and watching the whole video. And yeah, if you liked it or if it was helpful, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And the next one will not be this long. Oh my God.